How many now? 5, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, thank you very much. How was that? Are you feeling it at all? Are you feeling it at the top, at the half, yeah? Okay, you should feel it. If you're doing it very well, I know you well, you got to feel it very well. This time around, same exercise, but a little bit modification to it. Same exercise, I call it, but a little bit modification to it. Now we are going to stretch your left leg back. Now you stretch your right hand. Fully stretch at the back. You look up. Alright. How was that? Please, I want you to try that as well at home. Get on your mat, your knees on the floor, 2 palms there. Stretch your right leg and the left hand out there. Okay, I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, thank you very much. Now you change. Fully out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you very much. You can see the leg pointing straight and the hand was fully stretched at the front there. Okay, we got it one more time. Out. 10, 9, 8.
Thank God it's another Friday, and we're here today. We thank God for granting us His peace and the shower of rain on everybody. This program is called AM Cafe, and today on the program we want to go the way of the youth. Our prayer is our youth will be great. They will occupy the space tomorrow. And if they must occupy the space tomorrow, they need to be empowered today. So this is where we'll be going on the program today. We'll be looking at needs for youth to be productive. What are these needs? My own name is Olasunkanmi Oyebayo. I'm not alone on the program. I have a couple who could be in that category to pair up with me on the program. How are you, Joy?
Good morning to you all. I'm very fine. Beautiful morning. I hope the code is not too much for everybody, but of course we have to get up and work, and I hope you are doing that already while watching us. Welcome back to another edition. I am Joy Akinola.
Welcome. I guess it's just still in that bracket as I look at him. He's Mr. Yemi Bandero. He has been a friend of the house, and is going to be the one who will be answering our question on the program today. Mr. Badra, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Welcome.
We're looking up to our youth to be productive, and we said there are tools to get them productive, and there is a need for them to acquire these tools. So before we go away, anyway, let's find out who is a youth. How do we categorize them?
Yeah.
Let me see if I'm still in the bracket. I mean,
Of course.
Thank you so much, sir. Before I will answer that question, let me digress a bit.
Okay.
By saying that the strength of every nation lies
Okay.
in their youth.
Yeah.
And in order to, identify the age range of the young men, because the question you asked, I'm trying to see if we can bring you into that.
Okay, let's see how it goes. I know I'm still very young.
But resting the crest on our law, anybody from 18 is independent and energetic to make self, decisions.
Okay.
So, and then, we will still go for that to say that till, you are 59.
Then I'm within. I'm within.
I'm still young.
Hallelujah.
And that's why even you see our government, pegging the active service year at either 30 or 35.
35 or 60 or 35.
60 or 35. Sir.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think
I'm still within the bracket. Okay, that is good. John, you want to ask him any question?
Yes, I mean, since you clarified all of this, that okay, we can say the youth is maintained and all. What's your pace on the development so far concerning the youth in the country? I mean, we are the strength. We know quite all right. What do you think that is happening with the youth in the country? Do you think the youth have been strength enough to the nation? What's your perspective on that?
Well, I will want to say that they have been strength either negatively or positively.
Okay.
Because even coming from the political side, it's clear that our youth are engaged actively in politics, used either to mobilize, you understand? But just that most of them are negatively used, you understand?
Most of them?
Most of them. Now,
they are negatively used, or they negatively engaged themselves.
Oh, God bless you. Anyway, they have
been engaged.
They engaged
wrongly. Okay, and they succumb.
And they succumb
to such wrong engagement.
Exactly.
From higher authorities that
exactly
they might not be able to.
Although somebody may say they were not coerced to do, to doing it, but the fact remained that they were influenced by a lot of other factors, like poverty mentality or poverty, you understand, on his own. I'm so sorry to say, now, when you find it difficult to feed yourself, and somebody say, you can help me beat that man, I will give you this amount.
I want to disagree or ask you a question from that point. When you said, when one find it difficult to feed himself or herself, with all due respect, except for those who are physically challenged.
You are right, sir.
If one is not physically challenged, I think it must be done on individuals to find a means to survive. Somebody in this studio one day said that no matter what is coming your way, you must find a way to survive. If you need to crawl, you crawl.
Whatever you
if you must run, you run. If it needs jumping, you must jump so that you must survive.
Thank you, sir.
And surviving means fighting poverty. So I want to say here that how much fighting are our youths engaged on in fighting poverty?
Sir, well, as much as I would have loved to agree with you totally, I still have reservations. Commitment of individual to such fighting has to do with the ability we individually have to overcome ourselves. The first man to climb Mount Everest said, it was not the mountain we conquer, it's ourselves. Sir, I like giving examples, you know me.
Go ahead.
You know, I am one of the Osun State Award winners by the grace of God. I was not born with silver spoon. In fact, my background, wasn't speaking, in such favor. But I told myself that even if my parents could not achieve it, I will. That's why on this program, sometimes ago, I said there are 4 cardinal D's that helps a man
One.
to achieve success. So the first one is decision. If I want to embark on any journey, it starts with decision. I said the second one is determination. That is courage to conquer, irrespective of, for instance, if I want to travel to Ibadan, I have options of either to follow Magan Road or to follow Iwo Road. But irrespective of the path I choose to follow, I will face challenges on the way. The challenges may be different. Now, but what will keep me moving is the courage to conquer, which I term to be determination. Now, the third one is discipline. Now, at times one will be confronted with some challenges that one will like, no. And I do tell people, if you want to be successful in life, if you are not either morally disciplined, because many people are in prison today because they lack self-control. Self-control, ability. I'm so sorry, sir. Please, sorry for taking us this way. Now, if you cannot control yourself in hunger, one will take some action that after, why will I do this? Now, self-control financially. If you cannot control yourself financially, you discover that the little that you are supposed to save for the rainy day, you waste them. Now, so, and if you are not sexually,
under control.
Exactly. You discover that you
rape, you commit rape,
exactly,
and you've been put to
and
jail.
the career or anything or the future is already jeopardized. So self-discipline is a key D among the D's. And apart from that is diligence. The Bible says, seeth a man that is diligent in his works. He will stand before kings and not before ordinary men. So that's why I said that anyone that is going to, back to what you said, anyone that is going to fight it or come out and be a positive strength must have first overcome himself.
Okay.
All right, thank you for that. I think that the situation of Nigeria now is, of course, everything you have said are the real thing. They are the facts that we should follow. They are the facts that would help anybody grow. But the situation in Nigeria today is not helping matters. So many youths, their hope has been shattered. Now, for instance, the students back at home who are supposed to be in school, everything you said, the 4 Ds, they make the decision, I want to go to school, they started that, but are being frustrated time to time. So youths like that, an individual like that, don't you think that they would get too shattered and at the end of the day take other routes that are now destroying the country, the yahoo, cyber crimes, prostitution, so I mean bandits here and there. They are young people, of course. It's not old people that are doing all of this. So I mean, what's your take on, because the country is not helping matters.
Thank you so much. Yoruba people will say, I'm so sorry, I don't know whether you're on.
No, of course, please go on.
Maybe you have to pay for that.
Please go on.
And another addict says, this is not the first time that we will be going, as in that academic workers will be done tolling. I remember vividly, I gained admission to study banking and finance at Osun State Polytechnic in 1999. That year, I think we were on campus. As in, we were our teachers were on strike for so long period of time. I remember vividly that year was one of the longest year we ever had. I mean, academic year.
That was disrupted by strike.
Seriously.
Okay.
We were at home for a very long period. And even that same year, even ASU was on strike.
Okay.
So it has been an intermittent thing.
Okay.
But one thing that one must understand, as much as I have my time, I will want to say that from my own perspective, the crisis rocking Nigerian education sector is beyond the physical. And I can justify even here right now. But coming to the general side of it, now, if anybody will now want to say that, although those things are enough to kill visions and dreams and destroy aspirations. But notwithstanding, it is you that will resolve to forge ahead, irrespective of the challenges. That's why I talk of courage to conquer. These are the challenges now.
Okay. Now we are saying, as part of tools required for growth and development, is these 4 days. Inside these 4 days, I could say decision to learn a trade or go to school, to remain focused, be disciplined, and be diligent. Yeah, these are the 4 days. My question now is, youth obtaining all these 4 days, yes, we say they need it. Aside this, they still need some other things. What are those things you think they still require?
Thank you so much, sir. I want to seriously believe that government needs to do more towards our youth development.
Okay.
Speaking of my own opinion, I believe that government has not done enough in terms of youth development in Nigeria. We always have youth ministry, but those have not really addressed the youth needs in this country. Now, one of those things that I think our youth need is exposure. I remember there was a government, maybe government of Governor Ulala or so. Then, at the point they were sending our youths abroad to help them acquire skills so that they can be better developed.
You think they cannot acquire enough skills while still in the country?
No, I am not saying that.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that whether inland or outside, there is a need for government to create more platform for them to acquire more skills. There are many out there that have nothing doing. There is a need for programs to inculcate them, to bring them in. Now, as a fact, we have discussed that it has to do with individuality at times. But notwithstanding, there are some who are willing to, be better, but they need resources like grants of credits and the like, sir. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah.
And some need educational empowerment.
Okay.
Some need educational empowerment. Like, that's why I said, whether within or outside, there can be certificate courses, there can be training and retraining. You understand? There are some that already acquire knowledge, but that knowledge is not enough because you have to modernize your knowledge.
To update it.
Exactly.
Okay. Mr. Badru, you will please pardon us this morning because we came a little bit behind schedule, maybe because of the rain, and we are short of time. We'll be having 2 of you like this on the program this morning. I wouldn't know whether the other one is around, so this one I'm appealing that we may have to just round up now to allow the second guest to come in so that we'll give him some time as well to talk on the other topic for today. Finally on the program, you've talked of grants now, you've talked of acquiring skills. Yes, we need all those things. What other thing? Finally, do you think we need, our youth need to enjoy so that they can have a total formation that we expect of them to have?
Well, I want to encourage our government to, as a matter of urgency, develop policies that can accommodate them, even in leadership.
Okay. Policies to accommodate them in position of authority. I hope some of these youths out there who've created a direction for you, our leaders, current set of leaders have listened and have heard us well that they need to do this and that to make sure our youths are given the opportunity to lead tomorrow. If they must lead tomorrow, they must be given that opportunity. This is where we're going to wrap it up for this first segment today on the program. But like I told you, you may have to come again. We may have to revisit that topic again for a full discussion on this. So thank you for coming, Mr. Abaji.
You're welcome.
It's my pleasure for having you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, one more time, we say good morning, and this is the second guest segment of the program today. And our guest this time around is a financial expert, a teacher of teachers, a father, Dr. Yinka Andrews. It's my pleasure having you in the studio today.
Thank you very much for having me.
You are welcome. Some days ago, we got a report from the Fiscal Transparency, where as their state, Osun, was ranked first among its peers in the country. So, fiscal responsibility and transparency, what is the essence of that body?
Now, before we know the essence of that body,
Yes.
what is fiscal
Fiscal
policy?
policy, okay.
We need to know. In every country, there's something we call public finance.
Okay,
No, we have private finance. So private finance is for individuals and companies.
okay,
Public finance is for government.
okay,
Now, in public finance, there are 4 major parts that is divided to.
okay,
In these 4 areas, one of the major aspects is the fiscal aspect of it.
okay,
That is, every country should look for where to get money from. This is called revenue generation. You
okay.
have to look for. All the resources available are to be tapped, are to be exploited and explored to generate revenue.
to help government move on.
For government to be able to prosecute governance.
Okay.
You need money.
Okay,
The next one is, how do you spend the money so generated?
okay,
That is expenditure. part.
expenditure,
Then the third aspect is borrowings. Borrowing is a given. It's sacrosanct. That's why people always say that why is government borrowing? It's a given. No government, or in fact, no individual will say he or she will not borrow. It's not possible. Because in economics, there is issue of what you need to have and the resources you need to have to get what you need. That is, ends are many.
Okay.
Ends means our needs.
our needs.
What you want to buy, what you want to have.
Okay,
Then means are the resources you need to have those things.
Okay.
Ends are many, means are few. The difference between ends that are many and the means that are few is borrowing.
okay,
You cannot but borrow. Now, the fourth aspect of public finance is now administration. That is to use money to pay salaries, to make sure that you get things going. Now, where does fiscal policy comes into? Like I said, every country economics is divided into 2, fiscal and monetary policy.
okay,
The fiscal policy is on top of the first 2 I mentioned. How do we get money? How do we spend money?
okay,
Now, there are people put in charge of these 2 major areas. How do we spend money? How do we generate money?
generate money.
Then how do we monitor the amount of money in circulation? That is monetary policy. The fiscal policy now is superintended upon by the Minister of Finance in the
Abuja,
in the national, in the
in
federal,
the federal level.
At the state level, there must be a
Commissioner for
for
Finance.
finance.
Okay.
So the job of that person is to look for wherever the state will get money and how such money got in will be spent using available resources. Now, for the monetary policy, that one is superimposed upon even the federating units. It's only the central bank governor that can monitor monetary policy using certain instruments. But the fulcrum of the job of that central bank governor is to make sure that there is no too much money in circulation, which will now lead to inflation.
Okay.
So the job of the central bank governor is to monitor to make sure that inflation is not too much.
It's controlled.
It's controlled, because inflation, like I say, is like sugar in the body. If you have too low sugar in your body,
there will
be
problem.
There will be problem. And if you have
too
too much sugar,
yeah,
so that's the job of the central bank. Now let's come home. How come that transparency is now saying fiscal transparency?
Okay.
If nothing, even a layman, somebody who doesn't study economics, will realize that something is being mentioned repeatedly by this government in Osun State that is not borrowing. I am one of the people who find it difficult to believe. I just told you now that it's not possible not to borrow.
That somebody, as an individual.
It's not, even as an individual, not even as a government.
Okay.
In fact, there is an allowable given that government must borrow.
Okay.
But we are talking about government now. There's that public finance.
Okay.
In private finance, you may, if you decide not to borrow, you will face the consequence. Because, like I said, you cannot have it all.
One could be limited.
Exactly. But for government, you have no excuses. Because there are many things to do. How would you say you will not borrow?
But the government is saying, talking in terms of partnering.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
To say is a little bit of political statement.
Okay.
Not borrow. I just told you that it's not possible.
Okay.
Even the greatest economy in the world, they borrow.
However,
how would you now say you don't?
Okay.
So what is doing
is
you see in spending money, making use of money, there are 3 levels. You are either prodigal, frugal, or prudent.
Okay.
There are 3.
P.
Now, prodigality is the most common.
Okay.
But as an individual, if as you sit down here in my front, if you just got an alert, let's say from a brother in US, you just say, a bomb.
Boy, let me just give you this.
Just this, let's say 100 million.
Okay.
Do you know that everything will change in you?
For sure.
In fact, the way you take steps will even change.
Absolutely.
I will look at a doctor and I will say, come
That
on.
is the effect of money on
Money on me.
Now, more money does not solve problem. You have to
More money doesn't solve problem.
If you get that now, you will realize that you will not create more problem for yourself. Areas you will dare not go to, you go into it.
And my expenses will just.
You have no care in the world.
Hey.
Whereas before you know it, it will just.
The money is gone.
So that's why I said financial discipline is key. So prodigality is very common with government.
Okay.
More than even individual. Because the government there will believe that if it doesn't,
we will still get
if
money
it borrows,
tomorrow.
it doesn't pay, another person will come
Government
and
will
pay.
come and
You understand?
what he
So
owes.
that is why we give kudos to this government to make bold to say, in the midst of prodigality with governance
Around us.
he is now saying, and he has his way. That means he has studied. He is being frugal. I will not say he's prudent, because maybe I should let you know the difference between frugality and prudence. If your salary is 100,000 naira, and if at the end of the month you have spent it all before the month ends, you are prodigal. If your salary is 100,000, if by the end of the month you did not spend, you are able to save something, let's say 20,000 after you have spent it, it means you are frugal. At least you did not spend all.
Everything.
You are able to save.
Okay.
If you are prudent, at the end of the month, that 100,000 will become 1 million. Can you see the difference between frugality and being prudent?
Prudent, okay.
You will multiply that money. This government is frugal enough. It's not spending all. It's making more and it's spending less. In the midst of the fact that there are needs. That's why transparency,
the fiscal
fiscal
transparency.
transparency has now come in.
Okay.
See, that's one aspect. 2, you recall that one of the greatest problems of this is salary payment. This man came in and started paying salary. According to him, 30,000 minimum is being paid. How he's doing it, we do not know, but he's doing it. On top of that, because in public, you have to divide how you spend money into two. Nigeria is a developing nation. So we cannot say Osun State is fully developed because it's part of Nigeria. We are a developing state. That means we have infrastructural deficit. It means we must spend money for
To
infrastructure.
develop our infrastructure.
Definitely. At the same time, you are paying salary. So there's a juxtaposing of knowing what
A
to
balance.
do. A balance. Whether you should continue to pay salary at the detriment of infrastructural development or try to manage the two. This man is managing the two. He's paying salary, he's still
Without any crisis.
without any borrowing, according to him. I'm trying to put a reason why it's been put as number one
Okay.
of transport. Because no, apart from somebody was telling me when I was discussing, he said, what about Wiki that has built more than 11 flyovers? You can't compare River State to
The resources available there.
is huge there. So if it doesn't build, I wonder what he will be doing. Here, we have bigger takings. But kudos to this man, the governor here, who has been able to manage. I just told you that nobody has it all. He's been able to manage the little he has, at least to do the best he could. We are not waiting for...
Thank God that you are coming this morning, because when I was reading that report, I sat down and I started asking myself, how could this have been made possible
That's the reason. That's the reason.
in the midst of this scarcity that we
The
are?
man is fantastic. In fact, the election that went that way, that's for something else. There's a difference between governance and politics.
Okay.
It's politics that did him in. But to manage the little he has is for me, is doing his best.
So let me just tell you part of that report, that the rating previously was 25th position
Yes.
with 40%. Now this new rating is 88%.
Coming out as number one.
Number one.
And that's why I'm relating that in the midst of scarcity, the man is giving plenty. It's not done. It's against economic
Indices.
It's against it. Because how can you have little and you are doing so much? And people will even be wondering, how would you say you will not borrow? In fact, I'm underlying that I'm an economist. I'm still underlying
That's
that.
why you are here.
So you have
How could you say you will not borrow? You have very little. And you are doing so much. Now, don't forget that we have solid minerals in this state.
Okay.
One of the areas that previous government are not exploring and exploiting is the solid mineral. Are you aware that gold is being exploited in Osun State now? Perhaps that's one of the areas this man is making money from, and is judiciously utilizing what he's getting from it. I was one of those who mentioned it right here, that though in the exclusive list, you cannot touch your
resources yourself.
It has to
You
come.
pay and you receive.
I now said the minister of solid mineral said any state that is willing can join in partnership.
Okay.
For them, I think that's what this man has exploited. He must have written the minister.
The minister for
and
solid
they are now
minerals.
working together. That's
Okay.
why. So, and he's making money out of that. That may be one of the sources at which he's getting this money to prosecute governors in this state. Because otherwise, I don't see any way it is possible for him not to borrow. But then there's another what is called borrowing from the reverse. Maybe I should explain that.
No, explain it. I don't know.
If for example, I want to build a road, for example, and I've cost it, and it's getting to, let's say, 1 trillion. I don't have the money. I cannot invite those who build roads to start doing it. That when you do it to an extent, I'll pay you. Do you understand? You will see that it's being done. You will not wonder how I got my money.
Yeah.
So I will not be paying after post-payment. Do you understand?
There will be an agreement.
There will be an agreement.
Between the executor and the person that wants.
Exactly.
Okay. When you get to 30% or 40%,
I will
or
pay you
at 50,
20%.
I'll pay. Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So in economics, we can call that borrowing, but we call it reverse borrowing. Because it's not borrowing money directly. It's making use of his intellect to get job done. It's like you want to build a house, and you are serious in building that house. You can't have the money, all the money to build that house.
No, it's not possible.
You notice that some people who have this roofing sheet will bring it. You collect it. You won't pay. You'll be paying later. Cement people will bring it. You cannot boast that I did not borrow. Meanwhile, you use reverse borrowing because you pay them later. But people will just say that the house is built.
It's gone. It's all gone.
That is one of the ways governments use.
Okay. Oh, and now with this explanation that you have given so far, I think we must give it to our governor for doing this human
Doing an
resources.
excellent job on that.
Okay.
Serious one.
Now, in operation, we see what is happening at the other side. I mean, the federal now. Just only this morning, we've been told again that, okay, by June 2023, we're going to remove subsidy. This is one of the things that Nigerians have been shouting about, even when this government was coming in 2015, that we don't see any need in paying subsidy to anybody. Now, we learned now again that our borrowing is about 29 trillion now.
In fact, the repayment of our loan is not up to the general
revenue we are collecting, okay.
In this country. It's absurd. It's absurd.
You want to say that again?
Yes, it's absurd. And let me tell you why the government can get away with it. It is under public finance. There's a continuum in governance. You cannot sell Nigeria. Some people will say that when China comes, China will do that. We borrow from China.
Yes, that when they want to collect their
just
money,
mortgage
they will
everything,
buy
they will take over even our
take over
people.
the money.
Okay.
It doesn't work that way. I mentioned something here the other time. Do you know that a war is brewing between China and US now? I don't know if you are aware.
Yeah.
China doesn't want US to recognize Taiwan. Sees Taiwan as one of its own territory. Just like we have British Commonwealth.
Okay.
China sees Taiwan as its own. So it doesn't want any other superpower to near that place. But you know, US always behave like
Big brother.
That will go there. And Pelosi, the speaker for the House of Reps, went there to the charging of China. China now show of force. They brought in their planes, their ship to show that
if
we are ready
we
for
will level this place.
Now, on seeing, I'm mentioning international politics. On seeing that, US now sent the Secretary of State to be visiting countries, especially Africa. Now you can see the brain of China. China had foreseen this. China has been helping major African countries, including Nigeria, giving them loans, building infrastructures, even our rail. It's China.
Yes.
China now counter that. They are now visiting countries. It's the borrowing I'm going to. They are now in Nigeria now. One of the things we can do, they can even say they can forgive our loans so that we don't support US against them.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's an advantage for us. And the war is brewing seriously. China will just say, in politics you can do anything to have people on your side. US still believe that he has the world, that whatever he tap the guy got you. But China has now gone further than US will think. If care is not taken in a very short time, China will become the most superpower because they've got economic power is part of it, not just military.
Not just the military.
Economically, China has moved faster than US. US is still slumbering. They are still living in the past. There is nothing US can produce that China will not produce. There is nothing.
Of course.
Take it. So, in fact, if you go to Nigeria now, most of our products are made in China.
Yes.
Where is made in US? So they don't realize that. So I'm trying to say that. So for people to think that they will sell us, because no,
we are not sellable.
We are not sellable, and then they can even forgive our loans.
Okay.
That's a relief. That's a relief.
Yes.
Now let's look at Osho here now.
Yeah.
If government is doing this much, what do we do as citizens to support so that this trend must or will be sustained?
I like that question. The onus is on the government, not on us, we the people. One role we could play is to vote the people that feel are performing to power. We just had an election. This man that you feel is performing has been voted out. That's to tell you that the role of the people should resonate with people who are properly governing. But in Nigeria, we cast our vote on sentiments. I like this man, he's handsome, I'll vote for him. This man is from my place, I'll vote for him. This political party has been there for long. Let's just have a change, let's have another person. We don't do things like that. That's what is happening in Nigeria. He's a Muslim, I'll vote for him. He's a Christian, I'll vote for him. He chose a Muslim as his deputy. I will not vote for him. It doesn't happen that way. That's why Nigerians, we are killing in quotes our progress. because we vote, we do things on sentiment.
Nigerians are killing the progress,
The
of the
progress
country.
of this country because of sentimentality. What we should not think of is the area we are going. I just cited an example. So if you want to look at the economy, we will have said for the fact that this one is able to manage.
Yeah, economy this well.
Let's put him there again, but it will not happen. This is Nigeria. So we need to wake up and see that we should vote the right people there who has demonstrated the fact that they can do the right thing right at the right time all the time.
Yeah, well, that thing you just said, when it came to me, I asked myself, is our government educating the people enough?
Yes, government will educate the people, but the people, you see, have already made up their mind. So if I've made up my mind, I don't like it. There's something you say that I will say, talk, my friend, I don't like it.
That's a fair one, but I think that if government educates the people enough, maybe they would know what they are doing. Because the people are moved by what they see. If what they are seeing is not what they want, don't you think it would push them to make some decisions? I think if they are informed, I mean, look at the way you have analyzed this for us. A layman does not know this. A layman does not even someone that is not lame, someone that is experienced, educated, does not know all of this. But I think if government gives out information, if they give out transparency, this is what we are doing, this is how we are doing it. The people will know and be sure and trust the government. That what the government is all in for us.
Nigerians need a lot of education in life. I agree with you absolutely.
Of course.
But do you know, somebody will tell me that, in fact, let me give you an example of what I saw. I have been coming here, he knows, for quite
a long time, very long time.
There was a friend I would ask after here because I like to get feedback from my close friends.
Okay.
Did you see what I say? I don't watch OSBC. I don't like the government there. I don't watch OSBC. One day, you know, some of you colleagues will ask me to bring my ilk. That is people like me, you know, when you know somebody is good, say, please give us so that
we want to meet your friend too.
I now mentioned his name. He came here. He submitted. I now ask him, what do you now see? I say OSBC is good. I will not be watching. I'm just trying to tell you that people, if you want to educate, you have to use a particular medium to educate. Why people do not even want to see that medium? There's a television in Lagos, TVs in Lagos. I don't know, it's private. You know, because of the person who brought that TV. Some people will tell you they don't want to watch it. Whereas education will be coming from that place.
Okay.
But because they don't like the face of the person who brought about this TV station, they will say that's Nigeria for you. So I agree with you. Education.
Okay. What we are saying in essence is this is the time that we need to support good efforts of our government.
Thank you very much. Not just support good effort of government that we can see. We should stop this sentiment thing. Okay. We should not say because
Doctor, we may not go further because there's another presenter waiting in that corner there. But what we have been able to gain this morning is that we've been able to establish that this government, we say thumb up, for doing a good job. And that is what is happening with the fiscal transparency ranking that ranks our state Osun number one amongst all other states in the country. And we say, yes, thank you for doing this human job for us. And we say, God be with you, sir, and all other lieutenants that are working with you. Doctor, we appreciate you for coming today.
Anytime.
Thank you very much. I am Olasukobi Oyebayo. Joy?
Thank you so much for coming, Doctor. Thank you. I enjoyed the whole analysis, and I'm sure that our viewers at home also enjoy that. Of course, you know, there are so many informations you don't want to miss out. So always tune in to OSBC so you can be up to date. I am Joy Akiola. Thank you for watching.
So, bye-bye.